The building behind me is Bodmin Jail, said to be one of the most haunted locations in the United Kingdom. Built in 1779, it was operational for 150 years, in which it saw over 50 public hangings. After its closure in 1925, reports of ghostly apparitions, objects moving on their own, and sometimes even the lunatic laughter of the inmates condemned to roam these halls. This ruined prison has seen many a death sentence carried out. This building was once full of misery, pain and death, and it's said that many of the souls that died here still remain. Tonight, the UKCG crew and I will spend 8 hours locked in the depths of one of the most haunted and terrifying locations in the UK, what has come to be known as the Execution Pit. I'm Miles Lockwood and this is the UK Calendar Goes Ghost Hunters. Situated in the heart of the Cornish countryside, the jail was originally built by Sir John of Cool in 1779 and was designed to hold 100 captives, including women and juveniles.
I'm very excited. How about yourself?
Yeah, it's going to be a good night,
I think it will. What's not to like?
I hope I don't drop my camera.
Sorry, you going to say?
Yeah.
It's a documentary series.
Literally, just don't drop the camera.
I don't know what to expect, to be honest.
Well, we're meeting the dead.
Goes on 2 hours.
The Ghost Hunters crew consists of 19 people, including 11 sponsored UK Calendar Girl applicants, most of which have travelled all around the country to arrive at one of the most haunted locations in the UK, in hope we will witness paranormal activity. We're here outside Bodmin Jail about to go in. This is the UKCG team. Introduce yourself, guys.
Shauna?
Emma,
Charlie?
Tara,
Abby?
Melissa,
Megan?
Jade.
Laura, Amber, Lorna,
Courtney?
Kenyon. Steve. James.
And these are the Ghost Hunters. A population surge in the jail in 1820 soon resulted in chronic overcrowding, with women and juveniles also imprisoned. Our medium for the evening, Kirsten Honey, talks about some of her past experiences involving paranormal activity while leading other groups around this sinister jail.
I've seen people just wander off by themselves. I've seen people pass out on me. I've seen people get very grumpy with each other suddenly for no reason and they're not aware of it. I've seen people who panic, extreme panic. People that suddenly feel very sick, suffer heart problems, lots and lots of stuff, physical stuff.
Law reforms failed to hold this rising crime, with crowds flocking from across the country to witness public hangings that took place outside the prison wall. Our team gathered outside as Kirsten explained the history of some of these executions.
We have some very interesting small minor offences, and then we have obviously the more prolific murderers. Not everybody that you see on this list or that was hanged is actually guilty of the crimes that they were accused of committing. We have a lot of innocent people here too.
Records show leniency to be in very short supply, with many meeting their maker courtesy of petty crime. From murderers to those who saw it fit to steal a cow, each perpetrator met with the same agonizing fate. Okay, so we're wandering around some of the chambers here, and this is James Holman. As you can see, he murdered his wife using an iron, and after he'd smacked her around the head with it, he pushed her face first into a fire.
What kind of free man asks for the forgiveness of a condemned woman? My handsome, but took it away from me, threw it away and drowned him, and now I'm supposed to believe he's beset with guilt.
We were allowed to wander off and explore the halls and chambers before we started our tour. Team manager James Collins wandered into one of the back chambers while one of our film crew was capturing some footage of the jail infrared cameras. Once our crew member played the footage back, we found this. As James touched the glass, something happened to be caught on our infrared cameras travelling across the room. Once played back, this was confirmed by our medium Kirsten as a spiritual apparition, or more commonly known as an orb. Before we ventured into our search for paranormal activity, our medium guide Kirsten showed us a technique of how to harness our own spiritual energy.
Okay, so what you're doing is projecting energy down into the other person's hands, using your own energy to tickle the other person's energy field.
Charlotte's projecting her energy into my hands. She's moving her hands around. I can feel the pressure on my hand and my skin moving. It's the most indescribable sensation.
And the sort of energy they get in between those two are different. How you feeling?
Excited. Buzzed. Oh, now the exercise is really cool. It's like my palms feel hot, but my fingertips don't.
My hands haven't felt the same since we started.
After our experience of harnessing our own spiritual energy, we were ready to move on to the next stage of our night. The Ouija board, also known as the spirit board or talking board, has been used for centuries as a way of contacting the dead.
If you worked here at the jail, move to yes. For first time use is doing really, really good.
To our knowledge, this was the first time anyone had ever used a Ouija board in the jail. The most important rule is to never taunt or goad a spirit to communicate with you through the board, and to always ask the spirit if they are okay, as this can have consequences if ignored.
Are you okay? Thank you. Go back.
At this point, we decided to leave the Ouija board as it was apparent the energy present was not comfortable for us to continue.
Obviously, you guys had quite a long time on there and lots of going on, lots of activity.
Yeah.
Start with you, Megan. Can you describe
Start
how you
with,
felt?
I thought as soon as we got the connection, like every time there was a question asked, we really felt it, and I felt it go through well, and I felt really faint to start with. And then as we got more and more talking, I was just more chilled. I don't know, my hand wasn't even really touching it at all. And it was just, and like sometimes it was like straight.
Obviously, you've done there a long time. So did you feel that your body was aching, or did it?
I felt like there was something like pushing me down, and I just felt really heavy.
What about you, Melissa?
I still feel fainty now. I didn't feel it when I had my finger on there, but yeah, it feels really weird. I just feel like out of it.
We decided to move on to another form of contacting the dead, this time by glass divination, which is a glass on a wooden tabletop with 2 or more fingers lightly pressed upon the glass. There are no numbers or letters using this format. However, the glass is able to move more freely as there is less friction and no rules.
See if you can see how fast you can take this glass. Just so I can connect with you, so I can talk to you. You need to move the glass around. Answer my questions for me, please. If you worked at the jail, if you were a prisoner at the jail, if you were visiting, try and keep your fingers on, guys, because this can go a lot faster than the planchette, okay? Were you working here? Take the glass around for me. It's not going to answer specific questions. This is really important that you, it's fine. This is really important that you keep your fingers on this, alright? If you keep taking your fingers off, it will actually just stop. The glass may go round, it may go to the edge, it may go to the corners, it may even try and tip right off the edge of the table. Just keep your fingers on. I'll make a deal with you. You take this glass around the table, I'll let you come off it. Faster for me. Show me what you've got and I will let you off this table. I'll even take you out the room myself. Faster for me. Much faster for me. Really try hard. Faster, faster. Come on, show me. You want to leave this room. Tell me how much you want to leave this room. Much faster, please. Hey, I can't leave it without you. Take it faster for me. Much faster. Much faster. Much faster for me. Come out this room now. Take it out the room. Out the room.
After we bear witness to the glass flying off the table, it was apparent paranormal activity in this particular room seemed to be stronger than other areas of the jail. This was something we decided to explore further.
Okay, so we've just been in this room in here, and we did the glass on the table. It was quite some experience. The glass actually flew off the table in the end, smashed on the floor. About to do it again, but this time we're going to do it with different people and a new glass, of course. But see what happens. Maybe if you want to.
God, I've suddenly gone really cold. That's it, yeah. Just really don't.
Okay. Did you meet Jade's nan?
On our second attempt using glass divination, a connection was made with one of the team, Jade Denny. The spirit appeared to be a long-lost relative claiming to be the great-auntie of Jade's father.
Just to confirm that you are the great-auntie of her dad. Back to the middle. Great-auntie. She died in the 60s. Makes her very... I'll work that out in a minute. Okay. Are there any other members of Jade's family that can tell her about you? Back to the middle. Is this all on her father's side? Okay, back to the middle. She is quite, she's not a large woman, but she's not small either. But she is a very feisty woman, and back in her day, people wouldn't have messed around with her. If anyone was going to punch you in the end of the nose, she would be that person. You've got a matching personality? Yeah. Which is why I asked her if you were like her, because from what she's showing me, you've had to focus very hard on your life to not get yourself into mischief. Come back to the middle for me. I overstepped the mark there, I apologise. No, she's told me off.
So we just did the glass on the table for the second time. This time the spirit made a connection with one of our ghost hunters, Jade. So we're just going to quickly talk about that and what happened.
And tonight we've been doing various different workshops with these guys, and one of them was indeed the glass and table, where I connected the great aunt of Jade's father. And she's a very astute woman, very stubborn, and decided to come and talk to me and share her story with me. Basically, she is a little bit estranged from Jade's family and felt quite uncomfortable about coming to talk with her or with myself. At this point, I'm realising that, and I realise this lady, being that she's very stubborn, wasn't actually going to give me too much information, but the information she did give me was showing me some kind of flat item, possibly a book or a box, and she just wanted me to know that she was there to keep an eye on Jade, and that she was aware that Jade was doing quite well, but very, very similar to her in personality, and how she lives her life. I did ask her a question, quite a random question. Did she ever do things in her life that would have ended her up in jail? And the answer to that was yes. So quite a colourful lady in her time, very pleasant, but quite strict in her nature as well.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that obviously of a connection of a great aunt or anything to do with my dad's side of the family, but it was a really nice experience to have the spirit connect with me.
After our experience contacting the spirits, we were free to roam around the jail on our own or in small groups. The following is some unedited footage caught in the basement level.
Tom, where are we? Where are we, Tom? Right, this is the base level. And earlier, where is he? It's Colin. Colin, where have you filmed?
Dude, I kind of had enough now.
Seriously?
Yeah, I
Does
don't
it not- I
like
don't
it. A
feel-
bit weird, to be honest. Like, it's not cool down here.
What do you feel?
Really, really on edge and cold. I was right earlier.
Here you go, look
But
at me,
this
he's
is
dead here.
should we go back up?
No, let's look at me, he's dead here, look. Oh, he's too dark.
I'm not liking it down here
Yeah,
at all.
oh, that's okay.
Seriously, it's not cool.
Do you think soon it's trying to like take you down?
I'm just feeling really, really, really anxious now. I don't even know where I'm going. How do I get out?
Just follow me, follow me. Don't risk it there. Hang on.
Come on. Dude! You mentalist.
Like a baby.
You mentalist. Come on.
What?
You're freaking me out.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're going to tell everyone now that Tom took me down there and you're going to take it?
Just weird
Did you
shit.
feel like something was trying to get rid of you?
Yeah.
Go on, keep going. What's he sound?
What our cameraman Colin experienced was a feeling of a presence, or feeling like someone or something was near him, trying to make him leave. This experience can also manifest itself in the way of a temperature drop, and is a phenomenon that can happen to those more receptive. Even if others are near you or in the same room, that doesn't make it any less terrifying. Our guide Kirsten called everyone back together at our central meeting point. We were then asked to all go up to the second level corridor and stand with our backs facing the wall, not to speak and to turn off our cameras and lights. Kirsten then left the corridor. However, one of our crew members turned off his lights but left his camera on, and this is what he recorded. While some buildings offer a fear that often belies their serenity, Bodmin Jail is as simplistic in its method as in its mood. This desolate domain seems as unforgiving to its current occupants as it would have been to those who faced their final years, days, or even hours alone without hope or salvation. We knew that an encounter here wouldn't be a pleasant one, and over the course of 8 hours, we weren't proven wrong. Centuries of crime crawl along these hideous walls, and after 8 hours we were certainly ready to leave. But the question still remains just how many incarcerated souls remained locked in this building, and is their ultimate punishment never to leave? Until next time, sleep tight.